everything?
Oh, really? Oh, really? That's a pretty silly answer.
If you must know, it was a perfectly innocent lunch with one of the girls who used to work in the office.
Oh. Is that so?
Yes, that's so.
One of the girls?
Not all girls are raving, bloody lesbians, you know.
That is a misfortune that I'm perfectly well aware of. Must have had an exhausting lunch.
Hmm?
You don't usually creep into bed at this time.
Well, I'm tired.
I can see that. I take it you're going to sleep in here tonight?
Is my bedroom?
As you say, it is your bedroom. What did you do for the rest of the afternoon?
Oh, my God. I went back.
No, you didn't go back to the office. Who were you with?
I wasn't with anyone.
Don't lie to me. I've just come back from seeing your Mr. Katz, and he's a harmless old man. But for some reason, you wanted me to believe that he was a sex maniac who chased you around the office all day. Now, why would you do a thing like that?
Are you mad? That was your idea. That's what you chose to believe.
Perhaps I did, but you encouraged it. You've been with that little bastard Jonathan again, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Who was it then? One of those men that you're always talking to on the phone?
No.
It must have been.
It wasn't.
Well, who was it then?
How'd you know I didn't go out by myself?
By yourself? You couldn't cross the road by yourself.
You think I can't even exist on my own, don't you? You think I'm too dim, too stupid to have any interests of my own?
Exactly. You're too bloody stupid. Now tell me who you were with.
I wasn't with anyone.
Do you think I'm an idiot? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me.
If you must know, I met Mrs. Croft.
Mrs. Croft?
Yes, I ran into her in Regent Street.
You what?
I was coming back from lunch and I bumped into Mrs. Croft in Regent Street.
Accidentally, I suppose.
If you make a very big effort, you may just remember that Mrs. Croft wanted to see my poems. Well, she had an appointment in Broadcasting House this afternoon. So I went with her, and we talked about my poems.
She made you go all the way to Broadcasting House to talk about poetry. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
But what else?
What else indeed? I don't know what else. But since what you know about poetry wouldn't cover one tile in a public lavatory, it's reasonable to suppose that Mrs. Mercy Bloody Croft's overpowering interest in you is other than poetic.
Oh, don't be stupid.
Shut up, you little bitch!
George, where are you going?
It's none of your business. Go screw yourself. Or better still, why don't you try Mrs. Croft? Can I come in?
Yes, of course you can. What is it? What's the matter?
I'm sorry. I don't want to, but I think I need somewhere to cry. Come here.
If you need anything, just shout.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dears, as you know, I'm a woman of very few words, and I don't believe in voices from the grave. But there are lots of people here who think that Sister George has talked much too much and for much too long. So before I say thank you and leave it at that, I would like to point out that I think that the DMC has been altogether too hasty in burying me. I've been talking to my agent. So if you don't mind, I would like to postpone the final goodbyes to another occasion. And stop before I turn this little party into a wake. Thank you.
Sounds wonderful, June. What job your agent talking about?
Shh. Well, you've got to tell this lot something, haven't you?
Well, Miss Buckridge, since you refuse to speak to us at any great length, I'm sure that you'll at least accept a drink.
Well, as a matter of fact, I've ordered one, but it hasn't come yet. A pint of bitter.
Pint of bitter. Oh, I'm sure that we can... Do we have such a thing as a pint of bitter?
Yes, sir. I'll get you one.
George. Oh, Cinderella. You shall go to the ball.
I knew I'd find you here, so I came on. I did look for you at the house.
You must have looked very hard.
But you said...
We'll talk about that later.
Miss Buckridge, what exactly are your plans for the future?
Well, in point of fact, that was something I was hoping to be able to discuss with Miss Buckridge myself.
Well, I've had an absolutely marvellous idea. I'm going to join the opposition.
Hey, my love.
Oh, thanks. Yes, none of the soap opera stuff, mind you. Oh, no. I'm going to give the people what they really want to watch. Commercials.
Sounds fascinating.
It is. It really is. I've thought about this very seriously, you know, and I've sold the advertising people a really revolutionary idea. None of these subdued, feeble commercials. I'm going to give them something really with some punch.
I'm afraid that I don't quite understand what it is that...
How could you? Take false teeth, for instance. It's low tide in the Thames estuary. There are 4 white-coated scientists trudging through the mud in their gumboots, burying dentures to test brand X, and then flash, cut. There's blood and guts all over the place. One of the scientists turns and says, "If you've got false teeth, why don't you do what my old mum does? Don't bother with all this scientific nonsense. Just scrub 'em with Johnson's carbolic." There's nothing like it.
Sounds most exciting. Excuse